What's going on, folks? It's your guy, Tommy Gann, TG here for Ice Cold Sports, America's Sports Show. Happy to be back here with you again. A lot to get through from this last weekend. Had to restart this because of some technical difficulties, but talking. Important storyline. So let's start with perhaps probably the biggest storyline in sports, the NBA Conference Finals. It's been a tough time for two very historically relevant franchises. Both the Lakers and the Celtics are down 3-0 to the Heat and the Nuggets. Last night, the Heat just blew up the spot for the Celtics. They went up 3-0, and then the night before, the Nuggets, both in LA, went up 3-0. It looks like we're lining up for a Nuggets versus Heat series in the finals. There's a couple different things to be said about this. Number one, if you're a Lakers fan, obviously you have LeBron James, who, in my opinion, the second best player of all time. You should, be getting farther than this in the playoffs, but you're also the 7 seed. And then if you're the Celtics, you were the 1 seed. The 1 seed. And you're losing 3-0 to the 8 seed. That's tough. That is about as tough as it gets right there. Now, that's not letting the Lakers off the hook, but that's just a fact. That is just an absolute fact. But more importantly than that, there's been a lot of discourse online about ratings. Like, oh, this is going to be the lowest rated NBA Finals ever, or something like that. Because it's not going to be, because the NBA was hoping for an LA-Boston series, which would have been like massive ratings, compared to a Denver-Miami series, which maybe not as much. Listen, first of all, it's going to be big ratings anyways. It's the NBA Finals. And I think most big basketball fans understand that it's actually pretty compelling, the storylines that are going to be going into this series. I mean, you have the Nuggets trying to win their first ever, Jokic trying to cement himself as being an absolute icon of the game. I think he already is, but I think in the national narrative, Jimmy Butler trying to make himself out to be, the next Dwayne. That's just dumb. Dumb stuff, at least in my opinion. But of course, the game 4 for the Nugget series is going to be tonight. That'll be interesting. How is that going to work out? I don't know. We'll see. Well, I think I know how it's going to work out. I think it's over. I think they probably sweep tonight, but that's just my opinion. Moving on from basketball, though, for a second, in the PGA Championship, Brooks Koepka, already a 4-time major winner. He went his 3rd PGA Championship. After some leg injuries threatened his career. Pretty incredible stuff, if you ask me. At the same time, it's very ironic because, as you may know, he went over to Live Golf, the Saudi-backed golf league, and now he got awarded the PGA Championship, which is very funny. It's a very funny thing to happen. I think I'm happy for Brooks. I think it's a cool thing that he was able to win it. I can understand why he went over to Live to a certain extent, because he thought his career was coming to an end. This was generational money. It's just taking the money and run, all that kind of stuff. At the same time, you could also look at it as blood money. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you can attack what exactly happened with Brooks going to Live Golf. I don't love it. I don't love the fact that he did it. Still, good for him. It's a cool thing to happen. It looked like his career was over. It looks like it's not now. More importantly than that, well, not more importantly than that, but another really cool story, however. So Michael Block was this club pro, who, I guess the PGA does things where they try to get club pros into their PGA Championship because they're members in the PGA. He gets into the PGA Championship, and he finishes 15th. 15th, and means he qualifies for next year's tournament. He was paired with a legend like Rory McIlroy on his on Sunday. He got a hole in one on hole 15, and then a and then was able to finish 15th by the skin of his nose. But that means he qualifies for next year. At his home club, they showed it. They were going absolutely bananas. His family, his friends, everybody. He was tearing up. That's the kind of stories you love to see in sports. I'm very happy for him. Real life, I recommend everyone go watch Tin Cup because, in my opinion, that's the best golf movie of all time. Kevin Costner's character, Roy McAvoy, that's him. It's a real life Tin Cup situation. So good on him. Kind of a cool kind of thing. I was saying because he's like a PGA lifer, obviously he's a club pro through the PGA. He should have hit him with the old, you go for the handshake and then, kind of like over through the head kind of thing. You know what I'm talking about? Like handshake. Well, miss me with that. And the fake out, that would have been a really funny thing to do, but didn't happen. In the comments, my sister just said, "What about Happy Gilmore?" Not as good as Tin Cup. Ain't Tin Cup, Grace. Ain't Tin Cup. What else here? Finally, and obviously this is going into my own personal thing, Cubs lost another series. I think I might have to put on my kind of start bearing down for the Cubs. Really become the flotation device on this season. Really get back into the spirit. Right there. Take off my bucket hat. Put on my Cubs hat. Pitching has been tough. Pitching was good on Sunday, though, but they just couldn't get it all together. I think I might need to be the one that really pulls it all together, spiritually, of course. Really. So that's just a little life update on that. In any case, folks, I personally, obviously, this is very much telling of my own biases. I hope the Nuggets end up winning this series. It's obviously that most likely will. We can get some really cool NBA Finals coverage here in Denver. First ever time they'd ever make the finals, which is crazy. Also, one more thing this morning. Melo retired. Melo Anthony. Obviously, a guy we all grew up with. Kind of sad he never was able to win a finals. I don't think he ever even went to a finals. It's tough. Here in Denver, he had kind of a tough split. He had some good years in New York, and then there was some kind of a tough split there. He's always had kind of a fragmented career in that way. He's always very talented, but it always felt like his home was he always felt kind of out of place to a certain extent in a lot of ways. I don't know. Obviously, I know people that said that they grew up and idolized Melo, which makes sense. I don't know. I think that he could probably have a great career in sports media. I think he probably can do some really cool stuff there. So, good career Melo. Someone was saying, I saw someone tweeting out, Bleacher Report said something like, oh, well, not only LeBron's the last person from his draft class left in the NBA. And then some, what was it, Dr. Matthew or something like that, one of those clip accounts came out and was like, make this about me. How can we make this about LeBron? It's not about LeBron, but how do we make this about LeBron? Melo retiring. Also, the Banana Boat Boys, I think all of them except for LeBron have retired now, which is crazy. Just saying. In any case. Sorry, folks. It got cut off on Instagram live. Please subscribe on YouTube, Ice Cold Sports, at Ice Cold SPRTS on our social media platform pages, at Tommy S. Gahan, Gahan, on social media as well. And then go to icecoldsports.com. And that's about it. Thank you all for watching and or listening on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. Or on, This has been Ice Cold Sports. See you guys.